The Philippine National Police Highway Patrol Group reminds the public to check their vehicles' roadworthiness, especially those who are planning to go on a trip this holiday season. Leia Ilagan tells us why.
The number of bus and car trips is expected to further increase in the coming days as people traditionally go on a trip during holiday season, according to the Philippine National Police Highway Patrol Group. PNP-HPG Director Chief Superintendent Roberto Fajardo says the volume of vehicles on the road in the past few days already went up to 26%. With this, Fajardo advises the public to make sure that their vehicles are roadworthy and avoid overloading before embarking on a long trip.
Mga Pilipino, pipilitin na isaksak lahat ng pwede magkasya to the point na pati yung driver hindi na makapag-drive na matino dahil nagbabanggaan na yung mga siko.
Fajardo says it is the driver's duty to check the vehicle's roadworthiness. They should also be extra careful, wear seatbelt for safety, and to prepare themselves for a long trip. Drivers should also remember to check blow baguettes or brake lights, oil, water, battery, air, gas, engine, tire, and self before going on a trip. When feeling sleepy during long drives, they should also stop and park their vehicles to take a nap.
Prepare yourself for a long drive, have adequate sleep so that you'll be able to reach your destination. At pag inantok, huwag pilitin i-drive. Igilid po para masecure mo yung sarili mo, masecure mo yung kasama mo, at masecure mo yung ibang mga drivers na nasa kalsada.
Drivers should also refrain from using mobile devices during trips and not to drink and drive when going to and coming from parties. Data from PNP-HPG showed that 29 people die daily due to a road crash, with human factor as the number one cause, followed by mechanical defect and bad road condition. In 2018, there are 8,425 accidents due to human factor. This is followed by mechanical defect and road condition with 273. Leia Ilagan, UNTV, News and Rescue, Camp Crame.
The Metro Manila Development Authority advises the public to brace for heavier traffic along EDSA and other parts of Metro Manila amid holiday rush. Joan Nano tells us why.
Shoppers surge in major malls in Metro Manila for last-minute shopping, taking advantage of product discounts and promotions this holiday season. Thousands of mall goers took their time to visit stores to hunt for gift items and products ahead of holiday revelry. Most of the shoppers were only able to shop today due to their busy work schedules, while some just made a brief stop in malls before hitting the road for their vacation in provinces. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority says a total of 19 malls stands along the entire stretch of EDSA from Caloocan to Pasay City. Since November 5 this year, mall operating hours have been adjusted to comply with the order by the MMDA. Currently, malls are open from 11 o'clock a.m., but it is up to the mall management to set up what time they prefer to close. The adjustments in mall operating hours take effect until January 14, 2019. The MMDA encourages shoppers to go to the nearest mall and as much as possible refrain from going to malls that require long travel. This is to avoid being stuck in heavy traffic as expected during holiday season. Joan Nano, UNTV News and Rescue, Quezon City.
Several banks have announced their schedules for the coming holiday season. Metro Bank said in a statement that all its branches will be closed from December 22 to December 24 and from December 29 to 31. PS Bank branches will shut down from December 24 to 25 and from December 29 to 31, while Security Bank will suspend operations on December 25, December 31, and January 1. However, Security Bank branches in Ninoy Aquino International Airport will remain open on December 24 and 31 with banking hours from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Select branches will also be open on December 29 but with shortened banking operations from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Select branches of China Bank and Banco de Oro, on the other hand, will have banking operations on December 24, 30, and 31. BPI, meanwhile, will have extended banking hours from December 10 to January 3 to handle transactions. The Philippine National Police and the Department of Health remind the public anew on the dangers of using illegal firecrackers, especially piccolo, ahead of holiday revelry. Here's why from Asher Kadapan Jr.
The Philippine National Police, together with the Department of Health, urged the public again to refrain from using prohibited firecrackers during year-end festivities. DOH Chief of Staff Eric Domingo says illegal firecrackers mostly cause firecracker-related injuries each year. In 2017, the DOH recorded a total of 463 firecracker-related injuries from the year-end merrymakings. This is lower than the 627 cases tallied in 2016.
Mag-iingat lang, ang common kasi yung puputok habang hawak pa or kinabukasan nagkaka-injuries din tayo kasi mga bata naman mamumulot, titingnan kung alin yung mga hindi pumutok tapos tsaka sila masasabugan. Kung sinindihan natin tapos hindi siya sumabog, hayaan na natin na wag na natin siyang balikan.
Data from the DOH showed Piccolo in the top of the list of firecrackers involved in injuries. Most of the victims were children aged 10 to 14. This is followed by quitis and other unlabeled fireworks. Majority of the victims were from Manila with 116, followed by Quezon City with 30, whose nature of injuries include amputation of fingers, burn, and eye injury. Executive Order Number 28 Series of 2017 regulates and controls the use of firecrackers and other pyrotechnic devices in the country. It also bans the use of strong and harmful firecrackers such as Watusi, Piccolo, Super Lolo, Atomic Triangle, Judas Belt, Large Bawang, Pillbox, Goodbye Philippines, Mother Rocket, Lola Thunder, Bin Laden, Plapla, Giant Whistle Bomb, and other giant unlabeled firecrackers.
We are intensifying our intelligence efforts para as much as possible, hindi lang yung streets and also the source. Hindi mo kailangan gumawa ng paputok para huliin ka. By mere possession of those phosphorus items are already prohibited and punishable by law.
The EO also mandates local government units to designate an area where allowable firecrackers and pyrotechnic devices may be used. Asher Kadapan Jr., UNTV News and Rescue, Philippines.
Malacanang suspends work in government offices under the executive branch, including government-owned and controlled corporations and government financial institutions on December 26, 2018. December 24 is an additional special day, while December 25 and January 1 are regular holidays. Based on the Memorandum Circular Number 55, this is to give government employees the full opportunity to celebrate the holidays with their families and loved ones. However, work in agencies whose functions involve the delivery of basic and health services and disaster preparedness and response shall continue with their operations. Meanwhile, the suspension of work on December 26 in other branches of government and independent commissions or bodies as well as in private companies and office will be left to the sound discretion of its respective management. Malacanang has already suspended work in government offices under the executive on January 2, 2019. Large number of Filipinos are busy with their preparations for their holiday break, but there are still many who also opted to continue with their jobs. Nel Baribuhok will tell us why.
This is the season where most of Filipinos are traveling to go home with their families in the provinces. They want to take the chance to get some rest from their stressful jobs. But still, there are individuals who opted not to go on holidays and continue with their jobs and public service. These include the personnel of the Philippine Coast Guard who maintain their full alert status with the influx of passengers in port areas. They are the PCG personnel involved in maritime security and safety of passengers traveling by sea. According to PCG spokesman Arman Balilo, they are mandated to do their job 24 hours a day.
Lahat kami dito ay dapat available for dispatch. Ay ganoon naman talaga, oo. Pagkatapos nito, tsaka tayo magbabakasyon. Except yung may mga emergency lakad. Halimbawa, may sakit na kailangan sa pamilya, pinapayagan naman.
Elias Boy is a helper in the port area of Manila. He chose to go on with his job and not to take a holiday break for the additional benefits he will get from it. With a whole day job, he didn't mind the stressful traffic of trucks and endured the heat of the sun.
Naglalakad namin ng papel. Meron kaming additional 30%.
Meanwhile, Teresa, a street sweeper in Manila for almost 2 years, grabbed her cleaning materials and walked along the roads of Manila to do her regular job. Instead of going to the market to prepare for the holidays, she opted not to take the break to have additional earnings for her children's everyday expenses.
Okay lang o.
Kahit walang bakasyon, okay na?
Okay lang o kasi kailangan eh.
Kahit holiday, hindi kayo mag-holiday.
Hindi o. Kasi kailangan talaga sa nagpapaaral ako ng dalawang bata.
Just like the PCG personnel, Elias Boy and Nanay Teresa are just some of the Filipinos who have no holiday break. They endure sacrifices for their families and for the country. Nel Maribuhok, UNTV News and Rescue, Manila.
The Department of Education and Philippine Taekwondo Association condemned the bullying incident in a school whose video recently went viral in social media. Although proper authorities have assured to probe and act on the issue, a psychologist says parents should be the first to teach their children that bullying is bad. Aiko Miguel tells us why.
Parents have a major role to play in the development of a child. According to psychologist Dr. Camille Garcia, it is important for parents to talk about good behavior to their children, remind them to be kind to others, and that bullying is bad. This is highly important, especially for parents of a bully. But Dr. Garcia emphasized that disciplining a child shouldn't be harsh or done in force, but in a calm manner.
Ang physical abuse, hindi nagkaroon ng debriefing at hindi naintindihan kung bakit na gano'n, it can lead to one, possibility na siya rin magiging abuser, or two, it can lead to depression.
Dr. Garcia suggests that a child bully be guided by an expert, a therapist, or a child psychologist to help him change his behavior and make him understand the consequences of his bullying. Parents also must not inflict harm on children the way they would feel that they are being bullied, according to Dr. Garcia.
Once you make a permanent decision na saktan ni isang bata, tapos makita mo nagkasira-sira na yung mukha o nagkasugat-sugat na lahat, di ba, sinang susisi? It's a lifetime thing na ikaw, you feel guilty about this, and then eventually ikaw rin yung maaapektuhan. Psychologically, ikaw yung affected, yung bata affected din. Tapos, and then the abuse, it can lead to another abuse sa susunod na henerasyon.
A video of a junior high school student from Ateneo de Manila University bullying and assaulting his fellow student has gone viral on social media and has drawn the ire of netizens. This prompted the Department of Education to remind schools to strictly implement the child protection policy, which strictly prohibits bullying in any form.
We have a policy, very clear policy on child protection. And we go by the United Nations Declaration on the rights of the child. It's not just physical, but mental as well as even electronic, cyber abuse of learners.
Republic Act 10627, or the Anti-Bullying Act of 2013, provides punishment for bullies as consequences of their actions. They can be charged criminally according to the law, as their targets or the subject of bullying can avail for legal remedies. Thus, the DepEd encourages active support of parents, students, and teachers to report any incident of abuse or bullying in their schools. The Philippine Taekwondo Association also condemned the students' behavior, calling it a conduct unbecoming of a Taekwondo Jin. Malacanang, meanwhile, urges proper authorities to conduct a thorough investigation and appropriately act on the bullying incident in Ateneo de Manila University.
The school should investigate the incidents and do something about it. You cannot be allowing bullying inside classroom and school. Besides, there is a law against that.
The Ateneo de Manila University management has assured in a statement it will take necessary actions once the investigation is completed. Aiko Miguel, UNTV News and Rescue, Quezon City.
On Osiserong Pinoy, usapang Sinserong Pinoy, netizens all across social media as well as well-known personalities take a stand against bullying after a video of a junior high school student harassing his fellow students recently went viral. Eileen Cerudo tells us why.
#NeverTolerateBullying. This hashtag currently tops the most trending topics in Twitter Philippines with over 30,000 tweets. This was after a series of videos gone viral yesterday showing a junior high school student of Ateneo de Manila University bullying his fellow learners. Netizens immediately responded and condemned the action of the high schooler. Paulo Benjamin in his Twitter account expressed sympathy for bullying victims, saying he too was once bullied. He said no one should experience this because of who they are. Office worker Joy Labagis also believes that what the student did was wrong, and that he might also be experiencing problems that led him to act out in anger. Labagis also joins calls for immediate action on the incident.
Pero dapat sana bigyan ng right action against dun sa ginawa niya para hindi na maulit sa iba. Kasi kapag hinayaan lang, mas malaki yung chance at talagang lagi niyang uulit-ulitin sa iba yon.
According to play therapist Juan Carlos Aquin, bullying is a process that needs to be resolved.
Maaari kasi na yung mga nambully ay nakaramdam din sila ng neglect or psychological abuse. At syempre, doon din sa mga nabully, maaaring gawin din nila to sa kapwa nila. O di kaya maging socially withdrawn sila society. So, dito sa society natin. Well, umiikot lamang ang proseso eh. At isa sa mga pwedeng solusyon ito ay yung pagiging hands-on ng mga magulang. At syempre, disiplina. At ang malaking lesson dito ay yung pagturo sa kanila ng simpatya para sa ibang tao.
Local celebrities also voiced out their opinions on the issue. Singer Regine Velasquez Alcacid said in her Twitter account that children should be taught self-defense. Even Miss Universe 2018 Catriona Gray condemned the incident, saying bullying should never be tolerated. Eileen Cerudo, UNTV, News and Rescue.
We encourage netizens to share their personal stories, videos, and pictures and send them to UNTV, ususerongpinoy@gmail.com. Be part of Ususerong Pinoy, sincere stories from our kasangbahay. Several lawmakers call for allowing the ride-hailing app Angkas to operate once again. Grace Casin will tell us why.
House Committee on Metro Manila Development Chairman Winston Winnie Castro stated that the Department of Transportation or DOTR should allow Angkas to continue its operation for the sake of public interest. Recently, the Supreme Court has issued a temporary restraining order against a Mandaluyong court decision that banned authorities from apprehending drivers operating under motorcycle hailing firm Angkas. Castro explained that there are pending bills filed in Congress now that would legalize motorcycle for hire like Angkas. The lawmaker added that since the DOTR cannot provide efficient and reliable mass transportation system as they are mandated to do, they should at least be creative and use modern technology. To make sure the safety of the passengers, the bill stated that there should be a third-party liability insurance, and motorcycle for hire will not be allowed on national highways with 50 km per hour and above speed limit. Meanwhile, a statement from Kabataan Party List said, since there is no reliable mass transport system, with railway systems keep on breaking down and are always overcrowded, services such as ride-hailing applications have become an option for commuters to avoid heavy traffic. Angkas Regulatory and Public Affairs Head George Rieka thanked the lawmakers, expressing support for them.
And calling out to all legislators to really push for regulation for motorcycle taxis.
The Department of Transportation, however, explained that it is not about depriving the commuting public an alternative mode of transportation, but following the order of the Supreme Court. They added that the law, while existing and unamended, must be respected and followed. Last Monday, Angkas filed their comment on the case, hoping that the Supreme Court will favor them. Grace Casin, UNTV News and Rescue, Quezon City.
Malacanang Belize House Majority Leader Rolando Andaya Jr.'s claim that President Rodrigo Duterte wants the road board to be retained as well as the road users tax to be released. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo says Duterte reiterated his position for the abolition of the road board when he talked with the president last night. Andaya earlier claimed that Duterte wants fund releases to be continued and that some of the president's allies have asked for the road board funds. The road board oversees funds from the motor vehicle users charge, which are supposed to be used to fund maintenance and improvement of road drainage, air pollution control, and installation of traffic lights and other road safety devices.
I talked with the president last night, in connection with the courtesy call, and I asked him specifically what is his position, because you people have been asking me exactly what is the position of the president. I will quote him exact words. He said, day one, I was already against this road users tax because ginagamit lang ang ginagawa lang gatasan ng mga corrupt na mga politiko.
A lawmaker believes that the issue on the possible dismissal of some talents under the state-run People's Television Network in the coming year must be brought to the Senate. Rosalie Cos tells us why.
President Rodrigo Duterte has once mentioned what he envisions for the government television channel, the People's Television Network Incorporated or PTV4. He said PTV should operate like a private company and its template should follow the British Broadcasting Corporation in delivering information for the public.
To better manage public information, a law should be passed, I'm addressing to Congress, to create the People's Broadcasting Corporation, replacing PTV4, the government-run TV station, which now aims to replicate international government broadcasting networks. Teams from these international news agencies, I'd like to mention that those interested, BBC, are set to visit the country soon to train people from government-run channels to observe. Ito ang gusto ko, total pera naman ng tao, to observe editorial independence through innovative programs and intelligence treatment, analysis of reports, as well as the development of national and international significance.
However, this month of December, many PTV staff with a contract of service or talent status received a letter from the management informing them of their possible termination at the end of the year. Bayan Muna Party List Representative Carlos Zarate says more than the advanced technology of broadcasting, the government should provide for the need of their employees.
Gusto nilang maging competitive rin ang PTV4 just like the other TV networks. How can they do that? O kung hindi nila bigyan ng maayos na sahod at regular na posisyon ang mga kawani.
The lawmaker has previously asked for the assurance of the Presidential Communications Operations Office to continue the contract of employees with COS status as well as other non-regular positions under the agency, including PTV, during the budget hearing of PCOO last September. When the lawmaker heard about the possible end of contract of the COS employees, he advised affected workers to immediately bring their concern to the Senate. This is while the 2019 proposed national budget has yet to be ratified.
Hinihimok natin yung mga apektadong kawani ng PTV4, no? Dalhin ang problemang ito doon sa Senado dahil nandoon na nga yung proposed budget sa Senado para sa kanilang consideration. Tayo naman dito sa Kamara, ang pwede natin gawin ay tanungin, no? At kung may pagkakataon sa mga committee level ay questionin natin itong ginawang ito ng PTV4.
Last Labor Day celebration, President Duterte promised to continue government efforts to provide meaningful employment to every Filipino laborer.
I assure you that this government will never cease in its effort to provide every Filipino worker with full, dignified, and meaningful employment. They deserve no less than decent and comfortable lives.
But the question now is, will workers hear of this Duterte's promise again in the next Labor Day? Rosalie Cos, UNTV News and Rescue, Philippines.
A health reform advocate believes that the use of medical marijuana can be enacted into law if given proper regulation. Aiko Miguel will tell us why.
Health experts and the public have differing opinions on the medical use of marijuana. As of now, special permit from the Food and Drug Administration is still needed because under the dangerous drug law, marijuana is still prohibited in the country.
Compassionate use sa FDA na yung kunyari may sakit ka at hindi gumagaling dito and then yung relatives gusto, yung doctor niya ang mag-request sa FDA na paratingin yung gamot, let's say galing Canada, para gamitin doon sa pasyente. Pero tayo, hindi pa tayo nagmamarket kasi by law, hindi pa kasi approve ang medical marijuana.
Dr. Liachon explained that using marijuana as medicine is not like smoking a cigarette.
Dapat po oil or tablet, in many forms po, depende ko alin ang doability. Pero definitely hindi hihit-hitin.
He further explained that medical marijuana can just be given only to terminally or seriously ill patients like those who have cancer or HIV. For a Filipina nurse like Wendy, medical marijuana is beneficial for her child who has nonverbal autism and hyperlexia. It is a syndrome that is characterized by a child's precocious ability to read, which is far above what would be expected at their age. According to Wendy, her son progressed after being treated with medical marijuana. They also observed a decline in his aggressive behavior, and his focus and attention span had greatly increased. Unlike in the past, his son also developed very good eye contact. They are currently living in Texas, USA, wherein medical marijuana is legal. But Wendy also believes that the use of medical marijuana still has to be studied further, especially its effect on an individual.
I agree that CBD oil use needs further research investigation, testing to prove its benefits and if it's 100% effective and safe. It's fairly new to the industry. As for us, the only proof we need is to see Spam developing as fast as he is right now. It greatly improved his quality of life even though he's just 4, as well as ours.
Meanwhile, the Department of Health is still studying the matter and consulting experts at this time. In the meantime, the FDA continues to accept applications for compassionate use of prohibited drugs. The DOH, however, confirmed that the FDA has denied 3 previous applications, saying they did not fulfill the criteria set by the agency. Aiko Miguel, UNTV, News and Rescue, Quezon City.
Another Wishcovery exits the Wishcovery Season 2, the singer and the song after an intense vocal battle among Camp Venice Saturno's 3rd batch last night. Robbie de Guzman tells us why.
The 3rd batch of Wishcoveries under Camp Venice Saturno showcased their singing prowess to impress the composer Wishcoverer in the hope of advancing to the next round. These are Trixie Cuadrado, Cyrene Sabanal, Princess Elisan.
Sino pa ang minamahal mo sa paang hindi tapat sa'yo?
Princess was not able to get Veni's nod for the next round, but she vowed to not give up on her dream and to do better when she joins the next season.
Princess medyo talagang siguro because of the kaba. Yung pinaka-last stanza niya talagang nag-effort siya. Nakalipad naman siya, pero hinahanapan ko pa ng mas lipad na.
Sa Wish naman po, don't worry, I'll be back in the next season. So, gagalingan ko pa sa susunod.
The next to battle are Wishcoveries from Camp Boy Christopher on Wish 1075 YouTube channel tonight. Camp Noel Cabangon will take their turn on Saturday and Camp Moy Ortiz on Sunday. Robbie de Guzman, UNTV, News and Rescue.